Hi, it's Ryan 1988, or Justin. I'm with the lovely Renee Woodley.
Just go eat some Skittles.
Hi, I'm Lisa Wilcox from Nightmare on Elm Street 4 and 5 and play Alice Johnson, and you are watching Ryan 1988. Go eat some Skittles.
This is Judith O'Day from the original Night of the Living Dead. Ryan, 1988. Go eat some Skittles.
Hi, this is Danielle Harris. You're watching Ryan 1988. Now go eat some Skittles.
Hey, this is TJ Wilson. You are watching Ryan 1988. So totally eat some Skittles.
Ryan 1988. I'm with Tom Atkins. Tom Atkins has to say, go eat some Skittles.
What's up, awesome YouTubers? Ryan1988 or Justin back here to do another video for you all in my countdown to Halloween videos. And the first half of the month and in September, I basically talked about Nightmare on Elm Street, the franchise, and I talked about some other horror movie ranking franchises. To end the month, we are going to talk about sequels, and most importantly, the second film in a franchise. So this is the follow-up movie to an original film. So I thought it would be a great idea, since I talked about Poltergeist 2 The Other Side in my last one, to continue on with that trend. And today I'm here to talk about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2. And I do have the Scream Factory slipcover, but underneath is the Vinegar Syndrome 4K. This was a must to get on 4K, and so I'm happy to have it. And I love the transfer. Absolutely gorgeous. But I really want to talk about the movie and why I love this movie so much, and why it ranks high up on my list when it comes to Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies. But the film came out in 1986, and again, it's a follow-up to the 1974 Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Returning to direct the movie is Tobe Hooper. He also wrote the film. And this movie takes a little bit of a different turn as far as the feel, the atmosphere, the tone of the film. The original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, in my opinion, is one of the scariest movies I have ever seen. Especially during that time of its release, it was something different that we had not seen before. And it's a movie that, you don't see the blood, but it's in your head. You're seeing it in your head. You're just not seeing it on the screen. So the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre is just one of the greatest horror movies ever made. This is one of the best sequels ever made. And it follows the character played by Dennis Hopper. He's one of the main characters. Rest in peace to Dennis Hopper. He is the uncle to Sally and Franklin from the original movie. And he has been tracking down the Sawyer family. I think it's the Sawyer family in this one. And trying to find them all these, 10 plus years later. I think it's 12 years after the original movie's events. So you have Dennis Hopper, and then you were introduced to a character by the name of Caroline Williams, or the actress's name is Caroline Williams, but her character's name is Stretch, and Stretch is a radio DJ host, and one night when she is working, there's a couple college kids that call in and want to prank her and harass her pretty much, poke fun at her. And they are attacked and killed by the Sawyer family, Texas, or Leatherface and the family. And it is all played on the radio. She comes across Dennis Hopper. She, wants to help find this family that are causing all these problems and murders and chaos. And he tells her to eventually play the tape on the radio. That way people can hear it. She winds up playing the tape. The Sawyer family hears this, and then they go after Stretch. And she is able to, get away from them the first time. She then follows them to where they hide out because she wants to stop them. And Dennis Hopper is right behind her. He's kind of made this trap to where she gets there and then he is able to, find out where they live. So that's the premise of the movie. Again, probably not given the greatest premise, but you kind of get the idea of the movie with what I just talked about. Absolutely love it. This movie is, again, such a different tone from the original movie. It's more comedical. It's more funny. He goes for the humor in this movie. There's not really a lot of suspense in the film, but I definitely think there are characters in this movie that are quite eerie. The one character that I'm talking about is Chop Top, played by Bill Moseley. This was his first big movie, I believe, or his first movie. And he's, while, cracking jokes and everything, he is one of the terrifying characters in this movie. Probably the scariest character in this movie. Chop Top is an iconic character, and if you grew up with this movie or if you've seen this movie, you probably agree with that. I think most people would agree that Chop Top is the best thing about this movie and one of the most iconic things in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise. I really love the performances all around. I think Caroline Williams as Stretch does such a great job. She has to give a lot of different emotions in this movie, and she has a story arc throughout the film. She has to be funny, she has to laugh, she has to be terrified and scream. And at the end of the movie, she is, without a doubt, one of the best scream queens or final girls that we've had in a movie. So I absolutely love Caroline Williams as Stretch in this movie. I think Dennis Hopper does a great job as well. His role, you could say that some moments are serious in this movie. He has kind of emotional moments when he comes across the dead body of his nephew Franklin. But he also brings a lot of humor, again, to the movie. There's a lot of one-liners that he gives, and I really enjoy his performance in this film. Again, Bill Moseley as Chop Top, the highlight of the movie. He is fantastic. He's scary. He's eerie. He brings the humor in the movie as well with his one-liners. Just a great character in the franchise. And then you have the rest of the family. So you have Grandpa in this movie. You have the dad in this movie. He's now a chef, and he's entering his chili into contests. I can't remember the cook. I'm just gonna go with the cook, or no, Drake and Sawyer, I believe is his name in this movie. But he's now making chili and putting meat from people in his chili, and he's winning all these contests. So you have him in this movie doing that. And then lastly, you have Leatherface in this film, and not my favorite Leatherface. I think he's good in the film. He's definitely not scary in this movie, but he does a good job. Like, he's good in this movie. He has got some iconic moments in the film. And another character I want to talk about, I believe it's LG. Hopefully I'm saying that right. He is the friend and co-worker of Stretch in this movie. I can't remember the actor's name, but I know he passed away and tragically passed away a long time ago, but he's one of the highlights of the film too. He is the heart of the movie in my opinion, and he absolutely loves Stretch, and you know, when it comes down to it, wants to take care of her and make sure that she's safe. And yeah, I really love that character, LG. So great actor again. I'm trying to remember his name. Does not say on the back, but I really enjoyed his performance a lot. So other things I love about the film, I think Dennis Hopper, or not Dennis Hopper, but Tobe Hooper does a great job directing this movie. He does it differently. Like, this is a little bit more over the top, and you know, there's vibrant colors in this movie. It's a different tone and atmosphere compared to the original film, and he wanted to do that. You know, if he was going to come back and make a sequel, it wasn't going to be something that he had never done before. You know, he wanted the movie to stand apart from the original film. And I'm glad he went that direction. I know some people, probably when this movie came out, they weren't happy with that direction. They probably wanted it to be more scary and more like have an eerie atmosphere to it like the original. But I really appreciate, and I know a lot of people almost 40 years later appreciate the tone that he gave in this movie. It's really become this cult classic movie that a lot of people love. And again, it's almost 40 years old. To think about that, that is crazy. But I'm happy we have this movie. If you've never seen the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2, it's fun. It's not really suspenseful. There's emotion kind of slightly in the movie with some of the characters like LG. There's, you know, entertainment throughout the whole entire film. So it is a blast from beginning to end. I love the film, love the characters, love the sequel, and I love this movie just as a horror movie. It is so great. So please check out the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2 if you've never seen it. It also, you know, pointing out real quick, it is without a doubt a very gory movie. Again, I talked about how the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre is, you know, a movie that you have to imagine what's going on. You're not seeing a lot of blood on screen. I think you see like maybe sprinkles of it on a flashlight when Franklin's about ready to die, or when he does die. But that's the only blood that you see in it. And it's crazy to think that a movie like Texas Chainsaw Massacre does not have blood, and it's something you have to imagine. Where in this movie, and shout out to Tom Savini with his practical work in this movie, is a gory, over-the-top, sometimes movie. Not Evil Dead over the top or Evil Dead 2 over the top, but it's a gorier movie compared to the first movie, and probably one of the goriest movies in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise. So definitely check out the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2. I think you'll really enjoy it. If you don't love it, I think you'll really enjoy it. I know for me, the first time I saw the movie, I didn't love it right away. I really enjoyed it. However, over time, almost 20 years since I've seen it the first time, I love this movie so much. So check out the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2. It's a great Tobe Hooper movie, and I love the fact that it has this following now, because when the movie came out, it was a bomb, it didn't make money, and now people are appreciating the movie all these decades later. So it's building a fan base, you know, year after year after year. But yeah, so Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2, that is going to be another episode or another video in the series of Countdown to Halloween videos I'm doing. I hope you enjoyed it, and please like this, comment, let me know your thoughts on the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2, and I'll definitely talk to you later. So much love to you all. As always, you're all awesome, y'all rock. In with the positive, out with the negative. And I love you all. Bye.